Hey, business owner, are you here because you're looking for a way to make your business more stable? Well, if you're like a lot of people that I talk to, they're typically going about this by trying to generate more leads and more sales. Now, although that is a viable solution, it's not always the fastest and most efficient way to solve the cash flow problem. Today's training is going to uncover my three-step formula to bulletproofing businesses. We're going to go over how to create a quick cash infusion in your business so that you can experience a win in the form of moolah that will re-energize your business. The next thing we're going to cover is the number one most valuable lead generation and lead converting strategy that I use to help my clients increase conversions on their marketing by upwards of 50% or more. And then we will touch on three key areas to implement or improve systems in your business to curb overwhelm and stress so you can finally work on your business rather than in it. All of this is made possible with my P-Cubed method, which is the method that I use to help my business consulting clients grow and scale their business without increasing their marketing spend and while reducing the overwhelm and stress that they're currently feeling burdened by. Do you ever feel like a slave to your business? Is it consuming your life? Well, you're not alone and you're in the right spot. Hi, my name is Lindsay Sutherland. I'm a high-performance business consultant, and every day I work with my clients, business owners just like you, to be more profitable and get back their time so that they can enjoy their business and spend more time with their family. By the way, in case you're wondering if this system will work for you in your business, I want you to know that it will. This system will work for any business. Whether you own a brick and mortar business such as a chiropractor, a boutique, or a restaurant, or if your business is service-based and online, like a bookkeeper, a financial planner, or a social media manager. I've even successfully used my methodology with a network marketer. So, whether it's a solopreneur operation or a large corporation, this method is proven 100% effective 100% of the time. Now that we know that this training is going to apply to you in your business, you can rest easy knowing that the time you're going to spend here is worth it. So grab a notebook and a pen, maybe a nice warm cup of coffee or tea, and let's dive in. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I will outline in more detail my proprietary methodology that has helped my clients generate more profit, create leads on autopilot without increasing marketing spend, and have the time to take on more clients because we systemized areas of their business that freed up hours of their time. I've named my methodology the P-Cubed method because there are 3 steps that I use to build stable and scalable businesses, and they all begin with the letter P. The 3 P's stand for profit, process, and positioning. Time and again, when I meet with a business owner, they need a quick win. They usually come to me feeling just completely frazzled and at the end of their rope. That immediate boost really solidifies that the results are possible and that these strategies will work for them. Now, I bet you might be here for some of the same reasons that they seek me out. Maybe you're feeling burnt out because you're spinning your wheels and it just seems like nothing you're doing is working. Or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum where your business blossomed faster than you were ready for and now you're buried and just completely overwhelmed. Maybe you started your business because you loved the idea of being your own boss and in control of your own schedule, but it really hasn't quite worked out that way. And now you're at the end of your rope wondering if the pros of business ownership even outweigh the cost. But frankly, you've just worked too hard and you've invested too much money and your precious time, of course, to just let it all go. So here you are and you're hungry for a solution. As I mentioned, the first thing I like to do is help my clients achieve a quick win by increasing profitability, not just revenue, actual money in your hands profit. In fact, many businesses that I evaluate are generating plenty of revenue, but after everything is said and done, there's no profit left at the end of the day for the owner or for the company. Does that sound familiar? Do you feel like you're constantly growing your business? And you've been living by that old adage that you've got to spend money to make money. And then here you are and you're wondering, when does the make money part kick in? Yes? Well, there are actually 7 strategies that I pull from when I meet with a business owner for the first time to create that rapid profit boost. And for the sake of time today, I'm going to reveal here the fastest and most common solution that I use, which surprisingly is also often the most overlooked. So you can apply it to your business and get that rapid influx of cash. It's called raising your prices. I know it seems so simple, but yet only about 3% of business owners I meet with have even considered it. Now, by the way, if you are one of those 3% of leaders in your industry who have raised prices recently, I want you to stick around until the end because I'm going to show you how you can generate premium clients that pay premium prices, even in a saturated industry or with a small audience. Here's the thing. In most cases, the reality is that business owners are terrified to raise their prices and they fear that it will result in less conversions or reduced transactions. But raising your prices is not as scary as you might think, especially when it's done tactically. Here are 2 steps that you can take to reasonably raise your prices so that you can reduce the risk of losing sales and start to feel that boost of wind in your sales. So shop your competition. I mean, really shop your competition. Act like you're a customer and go into their ecosystem. Not only will you find out what their prices are, but you'll probably learn a lot about them in other areas of their business or their processes. And you might be able to learn something about yourself, what makes you unique in the industry. Number 2 is revealed in the 3rd P of the P cubed method. So be sure to stick around here till the end so you can see how to increase profit and get faster converting marketing. I mean, marketing that feels easy. So my favorite moment when working with clients is when relief comes over them as they witness the impact for themselves on their bottom line. In fact, each of my clients has experienced an increase in profit within 30 days of working with me. Now, let me tell you about my client, Natalie. She's a podcast editor who offers a full-service podcast management service. She was editing her clients' podcasts, creating the show notes, uploading them, editing the videos for YouTube, and creating social media posts. I mean, she was doing it all. Honestly, I'm sure I'm missing something because she was doing so much, really going over the top for her clients. But she was only breaking even in her business and she couldn't grow her team because, frankly, she didn't have the profit to hire the help. She was certain that her prices were already on the high end because she was comparing herself to overseas virtual assistants. Now, the coolest thing happened when we started doing market research. She discovered she was undercharging for her services by $1,000 per client. She was able to raise her rates and still beat the competition considerably and finally feel like she could breathe. Even more importantly was the fact that her clients knew the value they were getting and she was able to raise everyone's rates without losing a single client. Listen, you may find that you're in a similar situation, so take the time to shop your competition. After my clients get that first big breakthrough, that's when we fortify their processes. There's the 2nd P of the P cubed method. Do you struggle with overwhelm? The reason is because you don't have systems in place to manage all the squirrels running around in your brain. So by creating processes, you will experience peace of mind because all those squirrels finally get a home. And then there is order once more. You will experience peace because you can finally be present with your family and enjoy life outside of work because your mind will not be racing around with all the things you still need to do. And when you can have more time to work in the part of your business that you love, instead of doing all the jobs that drive you nuts, you will feel so much happier. Without processes, businesses are less valuable because it's the system that makes the business worth something. So when we're talking about a business valuation, one of the most critical things to be thinking about is having written processes that are followed and are simple to follow. So for example, let's think about Ray Kroc. Really, what was he special for? We all say he was the one that came up with McDonald's, but really, he didn't come up with McDonald's. He came up with the system that made McDonald's a franchise, that franchise method. And this is what really has made his business, or made that business, worth anything. It's not the hamburgers, let's be honest. Okay, so what does this mean for you and your business? Creating systems and documenting them. That is what is so powerful. That is literally what makes your business a business. It's just like Michael Gerber says in the book, The E-Myth Revisited, systems run your business. People run your systems. This is the critical component that literally separates you slightly from your business so that your business becomes an entity in and of itself, making it more valuable, giving you that time back that you're looking for. So number 2 in the P cubed method is processes and systems. Here's the problem. If you don't have systems in your business, you end up in the trenches. You end up becoming the backstop in your business because you're literally touching every part of your business. There's no automations, there's no organization. And once you have those things in place, it literally frees you up. It also makes life easier for your team if you have one, because everybody knows what to expect and what to do. Now is the time to really build the foundation that enables your business to scale manageably. You know, one other piece I want to mention here is that this is the P that's often usually overlooked the most, but it is the Achilles heel to your business, because what happens is most business owners focus on scaling and driving traffic to make sales. They always think the answer is more leads, like I mentioned earlier. But then when they get the leads, that's when their business that was built on a foundation of sand starts to crumble because they don't have the systems in place to manage growth. This leads to angry customers who received over promises that were not delivered. It leads to frustrated team and a lot of turnover because these team members are trying desperately to put out fires, and it causes burnout. It also causes burnout at the top. That's right, the business owner who's just there trying to hold on to the sinking ship before she capsizes. See, failure to skip this step is what inevitably leads to failed businesses, and why only 2% of businesses in the US succeed after 7 years. Back office systems, client satisfaction systems, and nurture systems that lead to more sales are the 3 main areas to focus on. It's important when you're doing this to leverage technology. We live in this amazing age. Take advantage of it. Learn the technology and then use the technology. And also, number 2 is write it down. If you don't document your processes, you may as well not have them. It is that important. But there is one more important part of systemizing that I don't want to overlook, and that is your mindset. You have to be willing to go hands-free in your business. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's like my client Diane. She was the backstop in her business because everything had to go through her or be done by her in order to get accomplished. She was burying herself in her work, literally. So once we set up the systems and the 3 key areas I mentioned, she got back 25 hours a month. That was 25 hours that she could use to service more clients and be more profitable. Now, are you ready for the last P? This is the part of the methodology that makes your marketing convert at 50% or more. It's what makes your clients refer you and buy from you over and over again. So there's repeat sales. It's also what makes your team, if you have one now or in the future, more loyal, more engaged, and vested in your company. This last step also makes selling a breeze. It infuses you or your sales force with clarity, purpose, and passion. It helps you articulate your service or product with authority and sets you apart from all the noise in the industry. No more will you feel like you are a high-pressure salesperson with slimy sales tactics. All that goes out the window. You won't be spending your energy convincing people that your solution is right for them. Instead, they'll be begging to know how they can work with you. This is the step that makes it possible for you to attract those premium clients at premium prices because you have essentially eliminated your competition. It's called positioning. Most businesses research and regurgitate. That means they look at what everyone else in their industry is doing and they mimic it. I mean, maybe they polish it up a little bit, maybe a shinier website, or outspend their competition in the ads, or they hire that SEO expert to attract eyeballs first on Google. Or maybe they think the answer is to just drown out their competition by pumping out more and more content. Look, none of those are the right answer. The answer is not drowning out your competition. It's not even outshining them. It is to rise above them and create an entirely different playing field where you stand alone as the authority in your space. It isn't about what you do, and it's not about what you sell. It's about your unique way of doing it. Take Liquid Death. This is the company that is literally canning water, a free resource. Currently, their brand is valued at $700 million. The water doesn't taste different. It's not doing anything special, or it's not fancier in any other way. All the company has done is hit a home run with their positioning. By canning the water, they are different than bottled companies, but also they focused on targeting areas where bottled water was a problem, and they found a solution. They filled a gap in the marketplace. So when you have positioning nailed down, your unique way of doing what you do to a unique individual who needs what you do, you eliminate the competition. Price no longer becomes the comparison or the primary differentiator between you and others in the same industry. And by the way, it is possible that you may need to innovate your business, or maybe you are already innovative, but you're just not articulating it the right way or to the right people. So it's like my client Misha, who is a network marketer in a sea of other network marketers. I mean, talk about mimicry, right? All of them are following the same marketing system, selling the same product, using the same strategies taught by the company. And it's not that these strategies don't work. They do. In fact, it's what got her to a point where she was earning 5-figure months when we met. But she wanted to be earning 6-figure months. And she knew it was possible. Her biggest frustration was how tired she was, feeling like she was a parrot with all these other people chirping about the same thing, selling the same product, selling in the same way. In fact, she kept having people who were following her on TikTok go buy somewhere else and then come back to her for support. You see, she was ready to scale her business, and her instincts were telling her she wasn't going to be able to do that by playing in the same sandbox with everyone else. That's when we leveraged her unique story to alter her positioning in a way that elevated her beyond the competition. Since we pivoted her content messaging to focus on her unique position, only 3 weeks ago, mind you, she's generated nearly 600 new leads without changing a thing in her marketing strategy other than the message. Misha is not the only client that saw results like this. I worked with a pressure washing company in Phoenix that specializes in servicing restaurants. After doing the research and crafting their unique positioning, I got an email from the owner who said that they have been able to double their business in less than 2 weeks simply because they were able to cater to an industry in a specialized way. What's more is that working with me on that strategy also helped her train her salesperson, because without second guessing her strategy or her approach, everybody was seamless and they all felt more confident and certain that they were the right fit for their prospects. And frankly, I'm sure that that confidence went a long way in helping them get the results that they did. Listen, every business is as unique as the people who start them. If you're wondering if you have a unique position, I guarantee you do. And that's something that we can pinpoint together. I'm on a personal mission to help businesses thrive, to help business owners have thriving businesses, because I understand firsthand how significantly your business impacts your lifestyle and that of your families. I am driven by the memory of my father, who literally worked until the day he died in his floor covering business. I'll never forget when I was a little girl wishing that Dad would spend more time with me, especially after we lost Mom. By the way, my mom was my dad's secretary, so that put even more pressure on him. My dad was married to his business, which meant our lives were married to his business. He always seemed preoccupied and stressed out with work worries. Now, as a mother myself, I'm keenly aware of how precious time with my family is and how having a healthy business can translate into a healthy family life. I know the impact I'm making in my clients' lives goes beyond just their bottom line. It impacts their mental health, their quality of life, and the experience their family has with them. And more importantly, I want that for you too. So let's recap this training so that you can start to implement some of these strategies today. Step number 1, profit. There are 7 strategies that I use to help my clients get a boost in profit to experience a quick cash infusion. But today I highlighted the easiest yet most overlooked one, raising your prices. Going about this tactically is critical. It involves market research and creating authentic premium value by crafting your unique market-dominating position. I shared with you my client Natalie, who was breaking even in her business and with my help was able to raise her prices and not lose any clients in the process. Are you hungry for that quick cash infusion in your business? And are you like so many business owners that I meet with that have plenty of revenue but simply aren't making that profit? Listen, it's time for your business to start funding your lifestyle rather than consuming it. And together, we can give you the boost you need to reinvigorate your business. Next, we discussed step 2, process. 3 key areas to create processes in your business are back office systems, client satisfaction systems, and nurture systems. Writing and following processes in these areas not only frees up your time, it also makes your team more efficient. It also leads to more sales transactions, and it makes your business more valuable as an asset. This is probably the least sexy part of building a business, but it's truly the Achilles heel, the part of your business that, if it's not strengthened, can become the company's demise. And I know that you've worked way too hard on your business to let it come to that. So I ask you, do you have written processes in your business? Are a large portion of them automated? If not, it's time to bulletproof your business, and we can work on that together too. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the 3rd step, positioning. It's interesting to me how so many businesses want to spend time and money and energy on marketing without even strategizing on this key pillar. I showed you how powerful articulating your unique position is when I shared the story of my client Misha, who generated 600 new leads in 3 weeks, which was at least a 500% increase. I know that sounds impossible, but it's true. And the fact was that she was parroting every other person in her industry and not standing out, which was leading people to shop her. Once we elevated her message in a way that made her stand out from her competition, there was no comparison. Buying with Misha was a no-brainer, and people were jumping into her inbox. Her results were fantastic, but not that uncommon. All of my clients found that developing their unique positioning led to easier sales, more confidence, and higher conversions on their marketing. What would it do for your business if your marketing was converting at 50% or more. Let's find out. I'm inviting you to schedule your business breakthrough evaluation. In 1 hour, I will outline 3 free strategies customized to your business that will generate a minimum of $10,000 in profit, although my average is $25,000. But that's all profit for your bottom line. If you doubt this result is possible, then I challenge you to challenge me. Book your breakthrough evaluation by clicking the link below or texting the word freedom to 33777. If you're driven and if you are driven to have a thriving business and you're looking for the breakthrough that my clients have experienced, book your evaluation today so you can experience the benefits of business ownership that you intended. Spend more time with your family, take more dream vacations, and have a business that funds your lifestyle. I can't wait to meet you.